Welcome back for a look at what's making news on the national front. One of the two Italian nationals kidnapped by Maoists in Odisha more than 10 days back has been released. Tourist Claudio Colangelo has been released to NDTV, but another Italian, Bosco Paolo, has not been freed yet. The two Italian nationals were abducted from the border of Ganjam and communally sensitive Kandhamal district on the 14th of March. Maoists had demanded the release of their accomplices and a halt on anti-Maoist operations. And as to how he was released, our reporter Kishale Bhattacharya told us this. On Friday, the Maoists contacted the NDTV team for an interview with the Maoist chief at his camp. We then trekked in inhospitable conditions, and on Saturday by noon, we reached there and interviewed Sabyasachi Panda. During the interview, he said he would be releasing one of the hostages, Claudio, as a goodwill gesture. Maoists made an offer to release a hostage during the interview with NDTV. Sabyasachi Panda then handed over Claudio to journalists. And finally, we have trekked back and are bringing him to the nearest police station. Well, Claudio spoke on his experience to NDTV, and this is what he had to say.
It took us more than 16 hours through inhospitable terrain, almost actually hostage to that terrain, to find our way to the Maoist camp in Kandhamal district in search of the two Italian tourists who were taken hostage on the 14th of this month by the Maoists. And while interviewing the chief of the Odisha CPI Maoist organization, Sabyasachi Panda, he announced that he was releasing Claudius to NDTV and the team accompanying us. Ordeal?
Ordeal? Sorry?
Relieved?
Yes, but I'm still worried of my friend Paolo. My friend is still in captivity, so half relieved.
And, you were here for a trekking expedition, and, you were taking some pictures, which I suppose was any tourist would take.
I think so. Yeah. I probably think so.
Makes you angry?
Well, I cannot be happy. Somebody has stolen 10 days of my life. So there is no way I can be happy. Angry? Maybe I'm angry with the... No. Stop.
But did they take care of you?
Did they take proper care of you as long as we're here?
Definitely, definitely. They were very, very kind with us. They have been absolutely kind with us. Even the kids, because I call them kids. The soldiers, female, male, they are kids. They were so kind with us. So I have nothing against them personally, but I cannot accept that somebody steals somebody else's life. No.
Have you had any kind of a discussion with them about it? Did you try and explain to them? What was their response?
Yes, some kind of discussion, but I don't like to get into politics because I know that political men are, I say, intoxicated by politics. So when they start talking about politics, they become extremists. I'm not an extremist. I'm a normal man. I have my life, my family. I like people. I like to go around the world and see different way of life because the world is so different, so thrilling.
Flying back home immediately?
I hope so.
But after 10 days of captivity, have you been able to find out what really made them abduct you in the first place? Why did they kidnap you?
No idea. No idea.
What do you think would have happened?
I think we came in the middle, somehow. And they took the chance of international resonance to achieve their objectives. I've been told that in a previous kidnap that has happened lately, something was promised, didn't happen. But I don't know, because I'm not an Indian, so I don't live here, so whatever I say may be wrong.
Who do you talk to after you were released? Who's the first person you'd like to call and let them know? Let him or her know. Who would it be?
Yes. You guess. My wife, my children.
Claudius looking forward to making the call home. I think the call that he was waiting for hours, actually, not just days. I mean, probably he's counted it in minutes. From the undisclosed location at Kandhamal district, my colleague Sampad Mahapatra, who actually, made this trek with a great deal of courage, and camera person Biswajit Das, this is Kishala Bhattacharya for NDTV.
NDTV's correspondent Kishale Bhattacharya also spoke to the Maoist leader Sabyasachi Panda. Take a look.
Walking 7 hours through the night, through jungle tracks in Odisha's Kandhamal district, and again 4 hours in the morning, we finally arrived at the camp of Sabyasachi Panda, the chief of the Odisha CPI Maoist unit. Sabyasachi, you have 2 Italian tourists in your custody. People are worried. Are they safe?
Yes, they are still safe, and we are trying to give food and shelter as per their wish and as per our capacity.
Now, you are bargaining with the government with a 13-point demand. The government has not yet responded. If the government fails to respond, what are you going to do with the hostages?
First thing, government is responding positively to our first demand, that tribal areas should not be judged as the spot for tourism, and we are welcoming this demand, thing. And the second thing is, government is unwilling to free the prisoners, those are in Nayagarh case. But you look, one Bengali poor artisan, or a sweet stall, he was working in a sweet stall. That person is arrested, and one Chhattisgarh garage worker is arrested, and one hotel boy from Nayagarh district.
But what will you do if the government does not concede to your demands?
Now we are demanding that the government respond to this demand, and including Nayagarh case, all the cases should be judged to free the prisoners. And if the government will not respond to our demands, we will not free all the hostages.
And if the government completely doesn't respond at all, then also can we take a word from you that the hostages with you are not going to be harmed?
We will not harm the hostages till the government will keep this peaceful process. We will not harm them. But it is people to think over the government, whether the government is pro-people or anti-people. So, to give one example, we are today release one of the hostages, and we are demanding that the government should look for our demands. Those are not our personal demands, it is the demand of the people and people's movement.
So are you ready to release one of the hostages today?
Yes, today we will release one of the hostages, and we are also condemning the violence that are going on South Odisha, particularly our CPI Maoist AOB committee is doing, despite appeal to not to do anything such harm to any state officials, police officials in this period, not to do any raid or ambush. We are appealing them, but no one is responding. So we are condemning that things, and we are also releasing one of our hostages.
Speaking to NDTV, Sabyasachi Panda has announced that he is releasing one of the hostages. The onus now is on the government to respond to the demands, some of which actually appear legitimate, and take not only the hostage crisis to a resolution, but also open up channels of communication for a long-term solution with the CPI unit of Odisha. In an undisclosed location, Kishala Bhattacharya for NDTV.
You have more news coming your way, but after a short break. Stay tuned.